Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Hayslip, and today I'm going to be going over the multinational company Red Bull. Now, to introduce y'all, Red Bull is a multinational company that specializes in producing caffeinated energy drinks. Red Bull was founded in Austria by Dietrich Mateschitz in 1984. In April of 1987, the first Red Bull energy drink was launched in Austria. In 1996, Red Bull was launched in the United States and was starting to thrive internationally. Now, Red Bull is operating in within 175 countries and sells over 11.5 billion cans a year. Now, for the first thing in foreign market entries, we're going to go over the where. With Red Bull being in 175 different countries, I'll list some of the most notable countries that it is in: the United States, Canada, Austria, Australia, Japan, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Russia, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and many other countries as well. Now, Red Bull is heavily invested in many different action sports, ranging from skateboarding to cliff diving and even Formula One race car driving. They sponsor many different athletes in these countries that they're involved in as well. Now, for the next foreign market entries, we're going to go over the win. Now, after Red Bull was created in 1987, they decided that they should start expanding, which led to them hosting their first event, which was in Italy, 1989. In 1992, Red Bull was put on the market in Germany and in the United Kingdom, their first move at becoming a multinational company. In 1997, Red Bull entered the United States market and focused on getting in larger states, such as Texas and California first, and then after that, they got into Oregon and Colorado. Also, in 1997, Red Bull cliff diving was debuted in France, which is still an ongoing tradition in many other different countries that they are located in, once even in Texas at Possum Kingdom Lake. This is also the year that they started using their slogan, Red Bull gives you wings. From 1992 all the way up till now, Red Bull has expanded into over 175 countries and host many events in all over the world for their fans and consumers to enjoy. So the last thing for foreign market entries is the how. The main way that Red Bull is able to successfully move into these foreign markets was the fact that they're involving themselves in many different action sports cultures all over the globe. This allowed for them to advertise and market their products in other countries through the people that they were sponsoring. One of their largest marketing campaigns is from 2012. In this year, one of their sponsored skydivers did the largest free fall known to man from 128,100 feet. This showed how they were committed to pushing boundaries and solidifying their brand as a mark for human achievement. They use experience, emotion, and excitement to advertise their products, and also by setting numerous world records all the time that any sane human would only experience through the video of the stunt that they're performing. Now, moving into their competitors. Their main competitor right now is, in my opinion, Monster Energy. This is by far the largest competitor that Red Bull has. The main way that Monster Energy advertises is that they do many different partnerships and deals with other companies, such as Activision, the owner of Call of Duty. Monster puts these companies on their can and incentivizes buying the can so that you can get the special games, special things inside the video game from a code that they give you on the can. Monster Energy also sponsors athletes all over the world as well, but they do not do as many events that Red Bull does globally. Now, moving on to Gatorade. This is another large competitor because it advertises to the sport industry, which Red Bull also does. But they do different kind of sports. Gatorade mostly sticks to the mainstream sports such as football, soccer, all of those kind. And Red Bull does action sports such as skydiving, skateboarding, BMX. They might not have a lot of options when it comes to energy drinks, Gatorade does, but they do have some. And their parent company, PepsiCo, is very large and has a lot of money to spare when it comes to advertising. Gatorade mostly advertises by sponsoring large sports organizations such as the NFL or the National Football League. Gatorade has had some regulatory issues recently as well regarding some of the ingredients in their beverages, which the European Union has denied to be in the beverage. Now, the marketing and positioning of the company Red Bull. Within the energy drink industry, Red Bull takes up 44% of the industry. The main reason for this is how they have got their products in 175 different countries and they sponsor their athletes that are all worldwide. Red Bull positions itself as a premium energy drink for younger, adventurous individuals by using extreme sports and different events that they host. Red Bull's target demographic is younger people aged around 18 to 34 who are looking for an energy boost for mental and physical activities. Red Bull's mission statement is giving wings to people and ideas. It was very hard for me to comprehend that at first, but I started to understand it after I read about it some more. Red Bull's vision statement is upholding Red Bull's standards while maintaining the leadership position in the energy drinks category when delivering superior customer service in a highly efficient and profitable manner. Now, moving on to the comparative analysis. First, we're going to start with the strength. Red Bull has a very strong brand recognition. Whether it be the logo of the company, which has not changed since the beginning of the company when it was founded, or the slogan, Red Bull gives you wings, which most people all over the world recognize. They have they have very effective marketing strategies as well, such as hosting Red Bull cliff diving in different countries each year, or having their athletes from all different sports perform in different countries every year as well. Also, they also have a loyal customer base, which everyone prefers their own things. Like once someone gets hooked into the Red Bull lifestyle, no one wants to revert back to any other energy drink or lifestyle. Now, moving on to the next part of the comparative analysis, we're going to talk about the weaknesses. The main weakness that I see is that they don't have a lot of diversification within their products, like some of their competitors do. Red Bull has mostly only specialized in caffeinated beverages, but lately they started to experiment with non-caffeinated beverages. Now, some of the opportunities that Red Bull has is that they can delve into untapped markets. This means that they can expand into making other products that their customer base would enjoy, such as skateboards, bicycles, surfboards, and many other different action sports that they're involved in. Now, onto the threats in my comparative analysis. The first threat is that there is an intense competition. From Gatorade, which is a very large company, all the way down to Rockstar Energy, which isn't as big, but it does take up a large part of the energy drink industry. Another threat is the fact that consumers can change their preferences, whether it be them getting tired of the same flavor, which Red Bull has done a really good job of adding more flavors over the years, to them not being interested in the marketing campaigns that Red Bull has provided. The last threat is the regulatory challenges that they face. Being an energy drink, that comes with a lot of challenges to be approved in some countries because of the certain ingredients or the caffeine amount in the beverage, like we talked about earlier, how Gatorade is having a problem with the European Union. Now, moving on to the alliances. Their main alliances are their sports sponsorships, whether it be the athletes, sports teams, or sports events globally. Some notable names are Neymar from soccer, Blake Griffin from basketball, Travis Pastrana from being a stuntsman in many different action sports, and the video game player Ninja. The main sports team are the two Formula One teams that they own, which are Red Bull Racing and their former team, Toro Rosso, which also means Red Bull. Red Bull also sponsors large events such as soccer, performing arts, hockey, and many others. These are great strategies because it allows them to be very global. They're able to delve into many different cultures and shed lights on parts of the world that you don't see normally in the media. These alliances also allow for Red Bull to enter new markets through local sponsorships. And going back real quick, on the threats page, I talked about the other threats, but there is one threat that comes to my mind. It's coffee. Coffee is not part of the energy drink industry, but it could definitely be a threat because with the demographic of 18 to 34, people start consuming more caffeine as they get older, which coffee is a main caffeine provider for older people. Now, moving on, we're going to move into the acquisition. Red Bull has acquired the Red Bull Media House. They're starting to get better outreach by acquiring media companies, which allows them to fully develop and make their own content, which allows them to extend their reach from just a beverage company. They also own their own record label, which allows them to sponsor music artists, which also gives them a larger outreach. These strategies are good because it provides Red Bull with greater control of their value chain, and it reduces their dependency on just the singular product line of energy drinks. Acquiring these companies can also bring in new skills and capabilities into the company, which breed innovation and creativity. Now, in conclusion, today we went over the company Red Bull as a whole. Next, we went over the foreign market entries of when, where, and how Red Bull was made and how it is going right now. After that, I talked about the different competitors that Red Bull has, such as Rockstar, Monster, and Gatorade. Next, we went over the market and positioning of Red Bull. We also did a comparative analysis of the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that Red Bull could face in the future and now. Lastly, I talked about the alliances and acquisitions that Red Bull has made and why those strategies have benefited them. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know if y'all have any questions. Thank you.